What a crap full of fuck platypus.
Shots of Sun commentaries. Hey guys, this is Shots of Sun here. This next commentary that I'm doing was part of a little contest I did where I would ask people to request me commentaries and then pick one out at random. This commentary was requested by SpiderSonic91 and it's on XPlay's Metroid Other M review. Okay, firstly I just want to clarify something. I've never played Metroid Other M. Mainly because I'm not a big Metroid fan. The only Metroid game that I ever really took a liking to was Metroid Prime on the GameCube. Other than that, I've always preferred Mega Man. But XPlay's reviewer, Morgan Webb, did a review on the game, and that term is used very loosely, because 1, barely anything was explained to do with the gameplay, and 2, it was more of a rant than a review. Because this video is so short, this commentary will most likely be short. So, let us see Morgan Webb's review of Metroid Other M.
Metroid Other M seemed to hold promise when it was first announced, but now it has arrived, and holy crap, it sucks for so many reasons! Hang on tight, Metroid fans, this is gonna hurt.
Wow, I can tell we're already off to a good start.
The story is a far bigger part of the game than in any previous Metroids, and it's a big part of the problem. The conspiracy side of the tale is just fine, but mostly it's concerned with Samus and her vast, sweeping insecurities related to her past.
I think because in the earlier Metroid games, you hardly knew anything about Samus Aran, so I think they were trying to give us a bit more of a look at her past. Personally, I don't see what's wrong with a bit of character development.
Samus's characterization in Other M is absolutely unacceptable, and frankly insulting to her fans in general and female fans specifically.
How exactly is it unacceptable? Also, I don't really see how being a female makes it any more insulting than being a male.
This woman has saved the galaxy half a dozen times over, and she's standing around moping over this Adam guy in long, droning monologues that sound less like the most badass bounty hunter in known space and more like a 12-year-old girl reading her journal.
And this is bad because... Okay, some people have complained about it, but I don't see what's so wrong with giving the character a bit of background and development. But then again, I haven't played the game yet. But still, I'm not exactly convinced by someone who's just bitching about Samus's backstory for half the review. I'm not joking about that, because it's insulting to a badass character. Apparently.
Here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
Confession time.
Don't come around if you're lost until you consider what it will cost. You pull me
You!
big little delicate moment.
This is one of the strongest and non-sexualized female characters in gaming, and now she's constantly showing us her ass and mooning over this utterly personality-free Adam guy. She's so submissive to him that the reason you don't have your power-ups in the beginning is not because she doesn't have her power-up abilities, but because she decides not to use them until Adam says it's okay.
Okay, Shadowstar1224 has said this to the Nostalgia Critic, and now I'm going to say this to you. Heroic acts can often come from the heroes being resourceful. Some heroes don't use their powers all the time because they are worried they might hurt someone or cause damage. Maybe Samus is worried about that, so she only uses her powers when she's told it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Samus, I'm authorizing missile use!
Dude, you couldn't even open the front door without Samus's help. The third-person action is a blend of Ninja Gaiden and Metroid and works pretty well.
What gameplay aspects are similar to that of Ninja Gaiden? For people who are new to the game, like me, you probably should go into detail on how the gameplay has elements from those games.
Aside from the inconsistent auto-aim that's forced on you.
Again, I must insist you show or describe examples of how this can be a problem when playing the game.
First-person view is the only way to shoot missiles and scan things, and you're stuck standing still during this. The problem is that you control third-person with the Wiimote held sideways, and first-person by rotating the Wiimote and pointing it at the screen. So there is always a moment of, wait, where's my reticle, every time you switch to first-person.
Okay, I have been told that you hold the Wiimote sideways to take control of the third-person shooting, and then point it at the screen to go into first-person mode. Personally, I think it sounds like a quick and simple method to switch to different views. And again, because you never went into any detail, I don't have a clue how this is a problem in the gameplay.
Boss battles basically consist of finding enough time to switch to first person and fire off a missile without being creamed.
Why do I get the feeling these bosses aren't exactly that hard, but she just sucks at them? I don't know what gave me that impression. I wonder if she's related in any way to George Wood.
But hey, if you run low on health or missiles, you no longer have to kill enemies to replenish them. You just hold the A button and concentrate, and your health and missiles refill. Yes, Samus gets more missiles by thinking about it really hard. It's stupid.
Okay, I'll admit that does sound kind of stupid and a cheap way to replenish your health. But then again, if you're complaining about that, you might as well complain about games where your health automatically replenishes by just standing still. Like the lower difficulties on GoldenEye for the Wii, for example. And don't you dare do a review on that game.
Metroid Other M is a giant pulsing morass of bad decisions.
Okay, so let's recap. What bad decisions has this game made? Number 1, giving Samus character development. Number 2, having her think for missiles. 3, oh shit, I gotta think of more flaws. Making her a resourceful hero. 4, the game sucks.
2 massive thumbs down out of 5.
Okay, so that's where the review ends. So what have I learnt from this quote review? Well, all I know is I learned jack shit about the game Morgan Webb was supposed to be reviewing. I can't even classify this as a review because she went into as little detail as possible, and it wasn't as much reviewing as it was ranting. Now, I remember early back I made a review of Sonic Genesis for the Game Boy Advance, but now I feel that was more of a rant than a review, and in hindsight, the review wasn't that great. But that was excusable because 1, it was one of my earlier reviews, and 2, I'm just a YouTuber. This is supposed to be a professional reviewer, someone who does it for a living. Okay, now I'm convinced she really is related somehow to George Wood, because they both seem to moan more than review. Because of this video and their Sonic Colors review, I don't think I can trust XPlay with their reviews anymore. So if anyone has played Metroid Other M, let me know what it's like, and try to do better than this review. And Morgan Webb, I have one last thing to say to you.
You are an idiot!
So this is ShadSauce11 saying goodbye, take care, and if you excuse me, I'm going to watch a review of Metroid Other M from a competent reviewer, GameKing53.
It's official. You suck.